Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about this for ages. Ages.
About 5 years in the making.
5 years is crazy, bro. That's actually wild.
Welcome to the Nerd Bros podcast.
We're still trying to get so much figured out, so I think it's good.
Oh yeah.
All right. Got chat pulled up. Do you have it on too?
I do.
We got 2 viewers.
Right now it's me and you.
That's how we start.
That's what counts.
Baby. That's what we like talking about.
That's what counts.
Yeah. Did you put it on TikTok? Oh yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I should put my phone too. It's kind of like, I don't know how much I like the lighting. I mean, that looks sick.
Really?
That looks sick.
I like how you can see all your stuff. That's pretty sick.
I can't really complain. That looks really good. Yeah. So I need to hang that up there. So, yeah. But
you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to ask you to see your Funkos.
Now I'm going to have to make a whole
exactly
Funko. I'm going to have to make a whole Funko thing.
And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah. Got a vid idea.
100%. I low-key feel like we're going to end up finding a lot of vids out of this. So.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to fix. Let's see. When do you want to jump in anything? You want to wait?
We can wait a couple minutes. About 10 minutes. Just kind of chill. Collect our thoughts.
Cool with me.
Sit that right there for now. Yeah, I see what you mean about me not looking at you. Honestly, what probably should happen, I could probably flip my camera as far as moving it over to the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that big a deal, honestly. But I wish I wish Discord had a built-in feature where you could flip them, but I looked it up and you can't. So you win some and lose some.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't see why they don't have it. It doesn't really make any sense. I just realized I need to text Taylor, so I'm going to do that really fast. While the chat is still just me and you.
Maybe we should be our first comments. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this up on my YouTube account, so I'm not showing people my last name.
What do you mean? Oh, fair enough.
Even though, if people look hard enough, it's actually on my shirt right now. Oh, man. It's cool.
Also, I just want to let it be known, Cam is late. We're going to start finding him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Find.
Honestly, I'll text everyone on TikTok just to make sure that they know we're live.
Oh, that's cool.
Tay's going to be late.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we know why she's here.
We're chilling.
Text everybody. Yeah. Chilling. Let's get everybody in here.
It's actually kind of crazy. You're definitely not laggy at all, bro. Like,
good.
Yeah. So I think that was the problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a new laptop at some point.
Yeah. I need a new monitor stand and a second monitor. So.
Hey, who knows? Once it starts taking off.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Get some upgrades.
Mm-hmm. And I have full faith in it, to be honest, because give it a minute, HD. It's we just started. But what
HD's in here?
Yeah.
What up, buddy?
The homie.
Our first viewer on our pod other than ourselves.
Pat McAfee just called the Pittsburgh Pirates the Steelers. What?
Pittsburgh.
Let's see. Yeah. Pittsburgh? Oh. Doing something real quick and then we can.
Make sure everybody knows. Because I'm totally revealing what the Funkos are going to be.
That's true.
I'm doing that tonight, so if people miss out on that, then they're not going to know what they're winning.
True.
Huh. I texted Sam, and Sam was like, hold on, I'm figuring it out.
Fair enough.
I think I texted most people, so we should be good.
Yeah, we're chilling. Because, let's put it like this. Mondays are going to be our official podcast night, so that's why we're doing it on here instead of TikTok.
Right.
And because, like, this actually stays up on YouTube forever unless I private it, which on TikTok it doesn't. So that's why we're doing it here, HG. How's my mic quality, Ev? Good?
Oh, I think it sounds good. I can hear you fine.
Sound good to you? Good. I don't know how I feel about the light. I kind of like it better when we're on TikTok and I have the blue and the red. I find that a better vibe.
I'm kind of getting that effect right now, and I don't know how. I don't know how that's blue. I think it might be from my TV. My TV's
True,
on.
but also, for some reason, I think the red vibe's coming from your curtains.
That's a
100% where that's coming from. Yeah.
But, yeah. We should get at least a couple more people in here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's just the first one. Oh, shoot. I should probably text Garsh.
Yep, Drea says she's going to be late as well.
Cool.
But the boy is in here.
Yep.
He's talking about
the homie is
going fishing for some massive catfish.
Yeah, I was reading some of that stuff earlier. Let's just see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my story on IG. Smile. Oh, why did it do that? I recorded it.
Oh, man. Some balloons just popped up on your screen on the stream, too.
How'd that... What?
That was crazy.
How did that happen? What the freak? That's crazy, bro. I don't know why I did that on the stream. That's... See, we're trying to learn so much that it's...
I'm going to save the Funko reveal for the end when we kind of just chill with chat, so that way more people get to see it.
That's fair.
But whenever you want to kind of start going into first topic, I'm ready whenever.
Let's see.
Literally the first about 10 minutes of this is me drinking a protein shake and us texting people to tell them we're live.
Texting people to tell them we're live, putting it on my story. Yeah, it'd be like that.
It's cool. It's cool.
Let me pull up my... All right, yeah. I mean, I'm ready to jump in it whenever you are, bro. The first okay. Stuff is you.
All right, so we're going to be starting off first segment of the pod. We're going to be doing news and rumors. There's a couple different things we're going to be talking about tonight, and we're going to open up with who should play the MCU version of Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. How many did you end up getting? 1, 2?
Huh?
Yeah, I can go first. I can go first if you want. All right. So there's been some speculation for a long time now. My number one person who I think should play this
Mine's
honestly
boring.
might have changed.
Mine
This
is
person,
so boring.
I think I might know yours. But I think I might know yours. But I think Matthew McConaughey would be kind of cool.
Ooh. Fair enough.
And especially because they've talked about him being Norman and Timothy Chalamet playing Harry Osborn.
Hmm.
And I think it'd be cool because they've played father-son before on screen. My only thing about it is he has a Texas accent, and it's like, I don't know how that's going to go.
He could kind of, I think they could play around with it and get it correct.
I could see him playing Norman. I don't know if I could see him playing the Goblin, though. Which...
So you think he would
they've
just
done, like,
be
the
Norman?
Iron Patriot?
So you think he would just be Norman and not be Goblin? Interesting.
Possibly. If they don't do the Green Goblin route. Because he's been like the Iron Patriot before, where he's had like Iron Man's old suit, and he's kind of been the leader of the Dark Avengers in that way.
Interesting. Okay.
So that could be pretty cool. But a person who I think could pull off being Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin is Anthony Starr, the guy who plays Homelander.
Interesting. Yeah, we know mine, chat. We know mine. Just leave Willem Dafoe alone. Let him play it in MCU. Let it ride. Because we've had what? There's been multiple different multiverses that have the same person, right? How many different Doctor Stranges were there? And it was still the same. It was still the same guy. So, I know it can be changed, but
I do think that if you have Willem Dafoe play it, it would make it more impactful for Tom Spider-Man as well, because he already can't stand the man. From what he did to Aunt May. So anytime he sees this variant of him, he's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. And that could be an interesting storyline between Tom and the Goblin.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that being like a big piece, but that's actually rather interesting.
So honestly,
hey, what's up, Taya?
What up, Taya?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, yeah, honestly, I think it could be good.
Yeah, personally, I really think, but to kind of somewhat change the subject, I still think he would play a mean Joker, bro. And so, like, I have that want to like see him go. But it's not going to be for Pattinson's, so I don't know.
Right, it'd be for whoever's the new guy.
I think you could play mean Batman. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not big enough to be Batman. I need to play.
You can play mean Batman, bro. Mean
Batman was 5'10", 155 pounds.
Fair enough.
Doing good, Taya. Hope you're doing well. And the last person who I had as a possibility, which they could possibly do, is Coleman Domingo, because they have him playing Norman Osborn in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. So if they wanted to translate that from the animated to live action, it's a possibility. I don't know if they will, but that I could see that possibly being done.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we didn't. That's our time. Our time actually isn't bad. Our time isn't bad.
Oh no!
Got any more thoughts on that one?
My big thing, if they do bring in the Goblin,
because
they are talking about bringing in Norman. If they bring in the Goblin, I really hope that Sadie Sink is Gwen Stacy.
Ooh.
And
interesting.
If that happens, I want her to be around. Maybe she could be around for all Spider-Man 4.
Oh, okay.
And then Spider-Man 5, my only thing is I don't think you could top the death of Gwen Stacy again, because it was perfectly done in TASM 2. So if they ended up doing that route where she is Gwen Stacy, they recreate that scene with her. And then, so she's gone, he's mourning the loss, but then somehow MJ ends up remembering him. So Spider-Man 6, he's back together with MJ.
Ooh.
Because My only thing about it is, why are you bringing Zendaya back for Spider-Man 4 if she's not going to be around in the future? Unless they reverse it and MJ ends up getting offed by the Goblin, and then Sadie Sink ends up being Gwen Stacy, and they reverse it. He's with Gwen, and MJ's gone.
If he gets killed by, or if she gets killed by the Goblin, I think that is going to make some people angry, bro. Very, very angry.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, that's...
So, that could be... That's a decent theory. Honestly, I think that could be theory. Pretty compelling.
Yeah. Definitely, you definitely need to clip that whole segment up into some shorts.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a vid or two.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. On to some Star Wars stuff, chat. If Evan's done with his thoughts, you good?
Oh yeah, you're good, bro.
Good. All right, so Disney reportedly wants to do a project with Mara Jade and make her character canon. I don't really know fully how I feel about it, because there's a few thoughts here. So, first things first, they got to be very, very careful at who they cast. I don't know who they're going to cast. Personally, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm just being honest. I think Scarlett Johansson probably... I mean, come on, bro.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about ScarJo.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, we've seen her with red hair. I mean, it works, right? I mean, so that's kind of my first thought on who I think should play her if they do it. Now, the time period. Well, okay. First of all, do you have any other people you've thought of?
As far as who's playing her, I'm not going to lie, this probably will not happen just because she works on directing. Bryce Dallas Howard wouldn't be bad. Bryce Dallas Howard wouldn't be a bad Mara Jade. She might be a little bit older, though. Well, no, Scarlett Johansson's older, though, too. She's like pushing 40.
I would not hate Bryce Dallas Howard being Mara Jade at all. I think that could very, very much work. But I still think, dude, Scarlett Johansson.
I think Scarlett Johansson probably is the best option.
100% the best option. And then, of course, we still don't know what they're going to do with Luke. Whether we're going to keep going on the CGI path or we're going to get, like, Sebastian or anything. So, but next is the time period. So...
Right. I honestly... It's got to be younger.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, this is what I think they're going to do. If they incorporate her. It's going to be in this Heir to the Empire time frame that we're in right now. With Ahsoka and Mando, the new Mando movie, Dave's Heir to the Empire movie. That seems like the perfect time, I think, in my opinion, to bring her into it. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. Especially because, man, my thing too is if you bring in Scarlett Johansson and you bring in Sebastian Stan, they have chemistry together.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. I think, dude, that could be, man.
Dude, you might have cracked the code.
Yeah, Disney, if you're watching this, come on. Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian. Come on. That's it right there. I almost said Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw.
I don't think he could be in Star Wars anymore. But
no. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the GOAT. Chat is put Trey on the payroll. That is correct. I mean, that's the best option, right? I love Star Wars.
Yeah, train the Star Wars.
Right? Actually, Mara Jade's up there somewhere. I think she's right there. But,
That's
I do love me some Star Wars, let's be honest. Yeah, we can go to the next one if you're ready. I think I've said.
I do have one question though.
I think I've said my piece. Go ahead.
Are there any other characters from like the Mara Jade time period that you'd want to see come along with her?
Two, but they won't do it.
Who?
Jaina and Jason Solo.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Unless you just completely retcon the sequels.
Yeah,
which
I would
might
love
make
to
some
have,
fans happy.
It would make some fans happy, but I think it would make a lot of fans mad too. Which, again, I'm not a sequel hater, and I don't think it's the greatest. So I'm one that enjoys it and just lets it ride, you know. But yeah, Jaina and Jason would be the best options at that point. I mean, of course you got Joris Sabayoth and Luke with 2 U's, so they could do that. I don't see them doing it.
Listen though, imagine they did retcon the sequels, and then they bring in these characters, and then Heir to the Empire happens. And that's the sequels, the new sequels.
Well, see, that's kind of what I think they're doing. I think Dave's going in a direction where he's going to give us the sequels, the new official sequels that are in between the OT and the sequels we have now, and then that's pretty much going to be his way of retconning without retconning and kind of just giving us sequels that a lot of fans will love, but then leaving the other ones alone. Like, that's really what I think he's doing.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean...
It makes sense. I can't see them actually retconning the sequels, even though it's a hope. But, yeah, honestly, though, I think it's going to be... I think if they do include Mara Jade, it'd be awesome. Imagine if they have a Legend universe as opposed to just having one canonized universe where they can tell Legend stories.
Well, technically
that's not a bad option either.
They just don't put it on screen. Because technically that is still its own thing. But we don't ever get it on screen.
What if it is on screen, though? And they have two separate universes? Kind of like the DCU has DCU and then they have Elseworlds.
I mean, that's fair. Because here's the thing, like, we do have a few projects. Well, one or two that I can think of right now. Visions is Legends. Visions is not canon. So everything they do, they just have their own sandbox to play in. They can do anything they want. And I kind of feel like if they had a Legends version of that for live action and stuff like that, you could give people stories that they're asking for and still not have to break your canon because it's Legends. Like, I don't see why that would be a bad thing at all.
I agree. Dude, I like this segment. This one's cool.
Yeah, this one was pretty sick. Taya, we appreciate that. I have a lot better mic. As you can see, I have a way better mic on here than I do on TikTok, so that's why our voices
I do as well.
Does too. Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Trey for hooking me up with this mic a couple years ago.
Yes, sir. Well, I gave him that mic, chat. Hear this out. I gave him that mic because we were going to start the podcast. It was like 3 years ago. This is episode 1 right here. So here we are.
This is episode 1. It just took us a bit to get to where we wanted to be.
Yeah, that's right. Honestly, I think it was definitely a lot of procrastination, but also at the same time, I feel like the timing now is better than it has ever been. So
100%. I feel like, honestly, we're also a lot more passionate with our channels now, and we're actually making content regularly. Mm-hmm. So and we have a community that's growing, and it's kind of pushed it like, oh yeah, this would be awesome.
We've actually like kind of built a community on TikTok that actually loves our just normal thing like this. So doing this on Mondays now, I think, is definitely the move. I agree,
100%. So for the third topic, if you were ready to go on.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm with it.
we are going to be talking. This is the third part of news and rumors. We are going to be talking about the Iron Man concept art that got leaked for Avengers Doomsday. Remember, it's concept art. We don't know if it's true, but it's Iron Man bowing down to Doctor Doom. Like, if we got this scene in a movie, I can't even begin to express how insane that would be.
I almost feel like rather emotional too. Like I really feel like it would be, and I don't know what kind of emotions, but I feel like there would be just some kind of like high emotion, like holy crap moment, like really. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, if it is true, I'm kind of sad it got leaked.
Yeah.
Because that would be insane.
I have a thought because I just remembered. Do you remember sharing with me, not chat, I had only known Evan for a little over a year at this point, okay? I had known him for a little over a year. We were getting, let's see, so episode 8 was coming out. And I was going to see it that night. I don't know if you remember this. We were in the lunchroom at school. And you said, I read a thing that Snoke and Luke die. And I was like... I was so like... It doesn't shock me, but I'm also mad I heard it.
Yeah, I always preface everything now before I tell Trey, like, bro, do you want to know potential spoilers or not? Yeah. That was a moment in our friendship. I felt bad.
Yeah.
But
that was funny, though.
my questions as far as this scene would go is it going to be RDJ as Doom and Iron Man? In that scene?
It has to be.
Or are we going to have the real Doctor Doom, if there is going to be a real Doctor Doom and RDJ is not him? Because I've seen, especially today, there's a scene, and it's more of a theory, and it talks about how Doom is using the face of their fallen hero to gain their trust, and so they think he's an ally.
Ooh.
And Doom is infamous in the comics for having Doombots actually be in place of him. He's not there often. So RDJ could be a Doombot, to be honest. And it's the face of their fallen hero.
Here's my only problem with that in my eyes. So if they do that and he's not Doom for the full movie, right? And we end up getting, so say it's a 2.5 hour movie. And they use that for like 45 minutes to an hour. And then we end up getting the real reveal of Doom. Then it just makes me feel like $220 million was just... Why?
Wasted.
Yeah,
well,
wasted.
To be fair,
like,
RDJ is rumored to be playing potentially 4 different characters in this film.
Okay. So he's... Okay. I guess I didn't think about, like... If he's Doom for the first half of the movie and then ends up being Iron Man for the end, I can't
It just would not be our Iron
Man. Right.
But it honestly could be the Iron Man from the universe that the Illuminati was from.
Ooh. That could be interesting.
Because they're talking about that being the universe that Superior Iron Man was from. My only thing about it, though, maybe his variant that is Iron Man, maybe the Iron Man variant is not RDJ, and maybe it's Tom Cruise, who they've talked about fan casting that role since that movie. And fun fact, Tom Cruise is the only actor in the top 10 highest grossing actors who has not been a part of the MCU.
Is he really?
The only one in the top 10.
Holy smokes. That's crazy.
Everybody else has been in the MCU.
That's so interesting.
So... it could be cool, but a scene like that would absolutely be crushing to anyone seeing Iron Man bow to Doom.
Especially Tom. Well, Peter.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh.
That scene would pull on the heartstrings. That is for sure. I'm going to read a chat really quick from Sam.
Hey, cool.
I just feel like they have to execute bringing RDJ flawlessly for this to work, or it will flop. I hope it works for the Marvel fan base. That's fair. I mean, I kind
agree
of
with
get
the
it.
take.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
I agree
because
with the take.
What's the point of bringing him back if it's not going to be... Like, there has to be a purpose behind it. And it can't just be, oh, he's back because we're using his body and he's dream walking or something like that. I need like an in-depth reason of why his face is on Victor Von Doom. Because they've even talked about he's not... They say he's not a variant of Doom. He's Victor Von Doom. My only thing about that is it really... Which this would leave open for possible a different role, but you have somebody like Cillian Murphy sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
who,
I was going to bring that up.
Because he could have been an awesome Doom.
I feel like, man, if they are going the route of he's only Doom for the first half of the movie, and he's not the real Doom, it's got to be Murphy, dude. Bro, it's got to.
It has to be.
Yeah.
My big question is I highly doubt it based off of what his condition was, but there was rumors that Julian McMahon possibly would film some scenes as Doctor Doom for this movie to be brought back because he was the first OG Doctor Doom live action. But I doubt it based off of the condition he was in, and now he's gone, so I doubt they filmed anything.
Yeah. Imagine it's somebody...
Yeah.
You know what? I cannot believe I'm going to say this. This is going to be the third person. All right? Bro, tell me why I feel like Willem Dafoe could play it good. Tell me I'm wrong, bro.
I will disagree with that one.
Yeah? Yeah?
I disagree just because I feel like what makes Willem Dafoe him and what makes him like a really good Goblin is, yes, he can be intelligent, but he's like so chaotic and he has to be like really, really just like insane. Doom is very cold and calculated and like, not that Willem Dafoe could not play that, but I think it'd be a really... And he's a great actor. He could do anything. But I think that seeing him shift from Goblin to Doom, I don't think a lot of fans would believe it.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair take. I don't hate that at all.
All right, you ready for number 4?
Yeah, we can get... Holy crap, dude. Our thought process of the timing is about spot on. I just want to throw that out there.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
All right, so an Andor writer wants to keep working on Star Wars projects and is currently co-writing James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi film. I have a couple of thoughts on this. So first of all, I'm totally okay with the co-writing stuff because, I mean, I kind of get it. It's probably a lot to write a film. But I sometimes feel like Star Wars is at this place where they're letting too many hands in at certain times. And I feel like we haven't really heard anything else about James Mangold's movie. And I kind of just want, man, I'm so ready to get stuck. I love going to the movies for one, okay? Just went and saw Superman. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Loved it. I love going to see Marvel stuff. Can't wait for Fantastic Four. I am so ready to go to the movies and watch a Star Wars movie. I'm so sick of... It's been 6 years, bro. That is just ridiculous.
I know.
And I'm now, don't take me wrong. I'm excited for Mando and Grogu. But, that's the most that we've heard about James Mangold's movie is that there's a co-writer. Bro, we haven't heard anything.
I am very excited that James Mangold is writing it.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too.
He's a big-time director and writer.
Yeah. He did the most recent Indiana Jones movie, correct?
Yes, and he made Logan, which is actually a lot of comic book fans' favorite comic book movie of all time.
That's fair. That's fair. Really quick. Y'all's one-word review of Superman was adorable. Appreciate it. It was
Appreciate
that was a fun one. Yeah. Even though I definitely spoke more than one word.
Trey is a very vocal person.
Fair. But I still didn't talk
He's a
as
man
much
of
as
many
Doug.
words.
I still didn't.
Oh my gosh. Doug read a Harry Potter book trying to say what his review was. It was cool though. I like this review. I like Doug. It was actually cool. That was the first time we met Doug.
It was the first time we met Doug. First time we met Doug, and first time we met Cam's girlfriend. It was fun. Oh, I didn't even tell you this. I can. Never mind.
Oh no.
Never mind.
Tell me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. Anyway, back to the James Mangold thing. So, this writer, do you remember the name by chance? I don't. The guy's name?
I don't either.
Anyway, he would like to do a spinoff for Saw Gerrera. And I'm kind of at this point where, like, there's a lot of characters that have been getting these spinoffs. We got Ahsoka, we got Andor, we're getting Maul, which I'm extremely excited for, of course. But when it comes to Saw Gerrera, it's like, I don't feel like we need it. Like, I would watch it, of course. I would probably love it. But I don't really feel like we need that show. Or if it's a movie, I don't really feel like we need it. I don't really feel like it pushes anything. Do you?
It depends on what story you're giving me.
That's fair.
Because if it's something about what he's doing between Andor Season 2 and Rogue One, it could potentially be good. And he is a compelling character. He's compelling enough to where if you had a story revolving around him, and maybe you brought in some other cameos from some other bigger characters, but not make it about them, it could be a good story. I don't think we need it, but if they go through with it, I won't be unhappy.
True. I see that's the thing. I feel like Have you finished Andor?
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to try to not spoil stuff for you, okay?
Oh, 1 second. Yes, HD, I can see the chat. All right, you're good.
Yes, yeah, we can both see it, buddy. And no, Timu Trey is not currently in here. Timu Trey is not currently in here. But what I was going to say, so, like, when it comes to Andor Season 2, we got... In the trailers, it seemed like Saw Gerrera was going to play this massive part. He really didn't. He was in a couple early episodes and then the end. And all it was we know where you're at, which, of course, we know he was on Jeddah because of Rogue One. So that's really... So we really didn't get a lot. So, I mean, they could do that, and they could play in that era. But I don't know. Personally, I love majority of the stuff we've gotten, but I really feel like we need more focus on Jedi. Like I'm getting a little. Andor was good. Don't take me wrong. I didn't even talk about it on the channel at all. Andor was good, but I just, man, like I'm excited for Sith stuff, Jedi stuff. Obviously, the biggest pieces of Star Wars, right? So. Yeah, but that's just kind of my take on it. You got anything?
I don't think I have too much to add. It's one of those things that it's not necessary, but it wouldn't be a bad project. If they decide to go through with it, I do think there's a lot of fans who will enjoy it, especially for anybody, like someone like my dad who has never seen any of the Clone Wars or animated stuff that Saw Gerrera was in. My dad saw Rogue One, and he saw Andor, and my dad actually really likes Saw Gerrera.
Fair.
And if they made a project of him, I'm sure my dad would watch something like that. And I think it'd give the people who didn't watch the animated stuff more of an appreciation for the character that we already had because we saw him younger.
That's very true. I feel like if they were going to do a Saw Gerrera show, it needs to be in the same style that they did Andor. Because, like, look, I've been vocal. Andor Season 1, I was not a fan. It was good, but it's not. I'm not running back to watch it. The first 6 episodes of season 2, or maybe first 5, I thought were. I'm going to be personally honest with you guys, chat. I thought they were trash. Episode 6 on, absolute peak. I mean, it was so good. The writing was incredible. I just think there's times when it feels like some of the stuff they do, especially with 12 episodes, it felt slow. Very slow to get going, but once they got going, man, they did not miss a beat. I'm going to be honest. They did not miss.
I really need to finish the show.
Do it. Yeah. Evan definitely needs to finish the show. I honestly, bro, because you like season 1, right?
I did like season 1.
Yeah, so you would love it.
I need to get past episode 1.
You need to get past episode 5. I'm just gonna be honest.
I liked episode 1 though. I thought 1 was cool.
I mean, I don't think it was, dude. That whole first opening scene with him stealing the ship.
That was sick, bro.
Yeah, it was sick.
Sick.
It was very sick. I had one more thing I wanted to add for the news segment, and I'm blanking. We talked about it right before the thing started. Corn Sweat's ranking.
Oh,
or not his ranking. Do you remember? Can you pull here? Let me see if
I pull it up real quick.
Phone.
Actually, I have X pulled up on my laptop. Yes, Sam, you need to watch Daredevil. Start with the Netflix series. Watch Daredevil season 1 and 2, and then you watch The Defenders. Then Daredevil season 3, and then you watch Daredevil Born Again. Oh my gosh.
What up?
Okay, I know we're going to be talking about Superman later, but I'm just now realizing that the guy who played Mr. Terrific was in Twilight.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the vampires. He was also in X-Men. I knew that. X-Men First Class. R.I.P. Darwin.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Okay. I got it pulled up. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll run through my thoughts.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
So, here's what we got, everybody. David Cornsweet, who obviously just played Superman and was phenomenal, but we'll get into that later. He was on, I think it was on a podcast or something, and he came out and said what he believes is the correct watch order of Star Wars. And I have some thoughts, a few, but I'm going to go ahead and read you his watch order. So he says watch A New Hope, then The Empire Strikes Back, and then The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and Return of the Jedi 6th. Off the top of my head, my first thought process is he didn't like the sequels. He completely left it off the list.
This man is intelligent.
Bro, he completely...
What's up, Andrea?
Who?
Andrea.
What? I thought you said Treya.
Oh, no, that's you, buddy.
But yeah, what's up, Drea? Yeah, so he completely left the sequels off this list, and I find that crazy. Not like crazy in terms of like I think he's stupid or anything, but just he has openly stated that he would love to be in a Star Wars project, and he only talked about 6 of the Star Wars movies in his list, in his watch order. So that's my first take.
He is the goat of being Superman.
So second is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then skipping Return of the Jedi. And watching that last. It seems to me like you watch the original film, then you watch the greatest film of all time, which is what The Empire Strikes Back is. It's the greatest film of all time. I'm going to say that forever because I truly believe it. And then it feels like you got that whole... It feels like he wants you to see the Luke and Vader thing, and then see Anakin's full story through the 3 movies, and then see the redemption. Like, that's the way I take that watch order. What do you think?
I think that's an accurate assessment, to be honest.
That's what it seems like, right? I mean, I can't really think of anything else, like any other reason he would watch it this way. Because when I first read it, I thought he was just saying, I really didn't fully comprehend what I read. And then I was reading comments and I was like, what are they talking about? And I went back and looked, and yeah, he has Return of the Jedi last, which is, I've never heard this opinion on this on the watch order. So I definitely wanted to bring it up because it was crazy.
Ooh, before we go to this next, yeah, I'm about to say, Drea, when you meet Ben Barnes, if it's possible at all for you to get a video of him just telling me hi, I would appreciate it very much. That's Prince Caspian. He played Jigsaw in The Punisher. If not, I understand, but I would appreciate it so much.
The chat's starting to pop now.
All right.
I'm loving seeing the regulars in here. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's a little weird only because I'm used to like seeing all of their profile pictures and instantly knowing who they are, and I'm having to like actually read everybody's name. So
yeah, right now I just see a bunch of A's and T's. It's like ta 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 ta.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that was all I had on the corn sweat thing. Now we have a pretty cool segment. And unless you got any more news, if you saw anything today, bring it up. Totally.
No, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
All right, so next what we're gonna do is we got 6 slots, okay? And we get to build our Star Wars Avengers team. So, actually rather interesting. So because I didn't fully do my team before, do we want to do a draft? Or
we could.
Do
we
we
could
want
do
to
a
just do
draft.
What we think would be the 6?
What do you guys think, Chad? Do you think that we should draft our Star Wars Avengers teams? Or do you think that we should just come together and make a collective group of 6 that we think would be the Avengers of Star Wars? The only criteria for this is it can only be 6 because the OG Avengers were 6, and they have to be heroes. They can't be Sith or anybody like that.
Plus, I'm also, for the sake of trying to keep it more like the OG Avengers and not have any crazy mythical being, I'm not going to pick the father or the son or the daughter. So we're leaving them out for this. We're leaving them out.
Oh, they're saying draft.
Yes, I do know your name is Andrea. Yes. I got it now.
They're saying draft.
Saying draft. Do you have the spin? Do you have the...
I can get the spin up real quick.
I'll can't show it, and that's okay. I fully trust you.
Yeah, but to say, I think that they'll believe us. We'll decide. We're actually going to be using the wheel on Friday for the Funko giveaway.
Ooh, do you want to do that now?
I'm going to save it for the end. We're kind of just chilling with chat.
That's fair. Right.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys stick around at the end, you guys will see the 2 Funko Pops that we will be giving away. Kev and Trey. All right. It's spinning. It's spinning. And first pick. It is actually me.
Rigged, chat.
I'm not even kidding. All right. So,
I think you're going to take my guy.
So, off rip, I am going Yoda.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So have we discussed if we're going to... We did say Legends are okay, right? Just not like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Legends are good? All right. I feel like there's only one correct answer here for me to go with my first pick, and I'm taking Luke Skywalker.
Okay. Who's your second pick?
Oh, that's right. I do get back-to-back. Snake draft. I forgot.
Yep. Go Snake.
This one's a little bit more difficult. So I'm trying to like get it to the point where it's kind of somewhat similar to the Avengers. That's kind of mine. This might sound crazy to some. Give me Mace Windu.
Don't take my pick. Ooh, he did not take my pick.
Give me Mace Windu.
Okay. So, I have Yoda. Second pick for me, I am going... I feel like I have to go with Anakin. Got Anakin. And also give me Obi. Obi's my guy. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Those are like my top 3 Jedi, probably.
That is fair. So, Luke Skywalker, Mace Windu.
I'm gonna be so mad if you take my one pick. I really held off on saying because I wanted them so bad.
I'm going to. I'm sorry. Give me Revan.
Ooh, that was not my pick.
It wasn't, really. All right, so give me Revan because he was a Jedi before he was Darth Revan.
That's fair.
Give me Jedi Master Dooku.
Ooh, that's sick.
The Count before he was Darth Tyrannus. Give me Dooku.
All right. For my fourth pick,
we're pretty much just going Force users. Yeah. Ooh. That's powerful. Oh.
And this is the pick that I was holding off on because it's actually not a Force user. But I want the best ship in the entire galaxy. Give me Han Solo.
You know what, though? You know what's crazy about that is that I feel like with your team, picking Han Solo balances out Starkiller.
Han Solo is my Iron Man, bro.
Ooh, fair. I like that.
He's flying all over the skies, taking everything out of the air, letting the Jedi do the thing on the ground.
That's fair. My last 2 picks. So I got Luke Skywalker, Mace Windu, Revan, and Count Dooku. I'm trying to really dig in here, and see all that up there, chat. There's Mace Windu right there, and right there. So just so y'all know that I love my boy Mace Windu. Trying to see if there's anything back there that, like, there's something. I can't really think. Do I do it, chat? Do I do it? Give me Rey.
Ooh.
Give me Rey. Give me Rey. Listen, you can have your opinions about Rey, okay? But you cannot tell me that she is not overpowered. Do I have a point? Like, bro, Rey can save the galaxy, dog. We've seen it. She's got to be on my Avengers team, you know?
Yep.
That's my.
I'm surprised you haven't taken somebody yet, to be honest.
You're surprised I haven't taken somebody? Well, for the clear thought and level head, I'm probably going to now. Because it's my favorite character. Give me Ahsoka in my last slot. Yeah.
And for my 6th and final pick, so far, dude, I have no regrets taking Han Solo, by the way. No regrets.
Fair enough.
Plus, he's one of my favorite characters. Absolutely had to be in there. But for my final pick, I am taking Qui-Gon Jinn.
Nice.
So,
I like that.
So, our final teams, my final Avengers team was Yoda, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Starkiller, Han Solo, the captain of the Millennium Falcon, fastest ship in the entire galaxy, and Qui-Gon Jinn.
The way that he had to add the captain of the Millennium Falcon, I like it. I like it. My team was Luke Skywalker, Mace Windu, Jedi Knight Revan, Count Dooku, Rey, and Ahsoka.
For everybody who is watching this after the fact, which Avengers Star Wars team do you think is better? Which Avengers team won?
Which team won the draft? Which team won the draft? Comment down below.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, pretty much. It's essentially what it is.
We're doing pretty decent on this as well. For our next topic, we are going to be ranking the remaining 2025 MCU projects based off of our excitement for them. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
1 second. Sam said, check the chat so you know I don't have a horse in this race. No, you guys are totally good if you don't get it, because we are going to take a lot of clips out of the stream on Mondays. It's like clips just for like shorts, but also for like regular long form videos. So that, me saying comment down below, that a lot of that was for the playback. So yeah, you guys don't have to.
I will say though, Trey is on my team.
Yeah. But I will also say I figured that was going to happen. Just saying.
She's a Han Solo stan.
Yeah. Dre is the GOAT, though. I'm just playing.
All right.
But
so
yeah,
do you want to rank your remaining projects first?
So
based off excitement?
Here's I can go first. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and kind of preface it with this, though. Yesterday, when we were coming up with our whole stream, everything we wanted to do on the stream, and he read me the 4 remaining projects for the MCU for the year. I literally ranked them the way they were read to me, because that's really, I'm just being honest here. This is really how I had it. So, most excited for the Fantastic Four. Like, it's straight up, I mean, it's very easy to know that. We're actually going to have a whole Fantastic Four stream too, so that's going to be exciting. 2, I have Eyes of Wakanda. It is animated, correct?
Yes, it's animated.
Okay, so I mean, it's kind of one of those things where I really liked. Wait, so what's the time period on that show?
I'm assuming it's probably modern MCU, because they're talking about introducing an Iron Fist in that show.
So it's after Wakanda Forever.
That would be my assumption. I'm not entirely sure though. I'm not up to date on my Wakanda, my Eyes of Wakanda research.
You see this? That's all
I got
gotta
the popcorn bucket right there.
That's all I gotta say. 3, I had Marvel Zombies. Don't really know much about it, but I mean, it seems relatively. I liked the zombie episodes they had of what's that show?
What If?
What If? I like those episodes, so that's it. And honestly, Wonder Man, I just put it 4 because I don't know who it is. I don't know anything about it, so it's that's just why I put it 4.
Okay, understandable. As far as our lists go, they differ slightly. As far as what I'm the most excited for, hands down, Fantastic Four.
Really quick.
That's
Popcorn and Pixels is in the chat. Everybody say what's up to Cam.
What up, Cam? What up, Cam?
The boy is in here. We need spoilers. Ooh.
But yeah.
Oh, because of the name of the chat or of the stream.
I got you.
We're gonna do it in next week's, because I know there's some people in chat that still haven't seen the movie, so that's why we decided to do spoiler free for Superman. So.
Yep. There's a couple people that we're making sure they get to see the film before we start talking about it. But as far as my excitement level goes, I am most excited for the Fantastic Four. Self-explanatory. That I'm so excited about seeing, and I'm sad that I don't see it opening day because I'll be on vacation. But Galactus is going to be sick. I'm really excited the more and more that I see for this movie, as far as clips they've released, as far as different images. This film It has a lot riding on it. This is going to make or break, I feel like, the future of the MCU. Because if this movie can't get people in their seats, I don't know what will.
Spider-Man and Avengers.
So,
I mean, that's...
It can, and they will make money, for sure. But as far as anything outside of the heavy hitters, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Fantastic Four is number one. My second most excited thing I am excited for is Marvel's Zombies. And it's just because, like Trey mentioned, I loved the What If episodes for the zombies. I thought they were really good. I'm excited to see what that brings to the MCU as far as, this is going to be a mature show. And I'm excited to see what characters, what their arcs will be in the show. So, and it's Zombies. It's coming out in October. It's around Halloween time. So I'm looking forward to it. Eyes of Wakanda is next. And it's because I'm really excited to see a version of Iron Fist show up in animation. Wakanda's cool.
Who?
I don't think that Iron Fist.
That's not his name. Say it. Say it.
Chico Tao.
There we go. Insert clip.
But yeah, that's going to get clipped forever now. But anyway, I don't think this is going to be a very long show either. I think it's only 3 episodes for Eyes of Wakanda, as far as I'm aware of. It's not going to be very long, but I'm excited to see what they do with it. And I'm kind of in the same boat about Wonder Man. I know minimal about Wonder Man. I don't think it'll be a bad show. It's just it doesn't pique my interest as much as the others. I hope it's good, and I am looking forward to giving it a try in December. So that's kind of where I'm at for that.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't really have much more thoughts on what's left. I mean, I will say I'm very, very... I'm hopeful for Fantastic Four, but after what I just watched, it's going to be hard for them to... Man, I would not want to go right after that. I'm just going to be honest. I would not want my movie coming out right after that.
I will say, and I put this in a Marvel update might have been last week, but just listen to this, what is going to be... So they basically had a 30-minute, the first 30 minutes of the Fantastic Four was shown in the theater. This is not spoilers. This is just aspects about characters in the film that people viewed as positives. So I'm not spoiling Fantastic Four or anything. But listen to this. This gives me hope about this film. So it says, Reed and Sue share plenty of screen time. Reed's stretching powers look amazing in the film, which I know a lot of people were worried about that. I'm excited that that's a positive. The plot seems to revolve around Sue and Franklin Richards. Reed takes charge and leads most of the team decisions, which I'm all for. I was worried about that as well.
Yep.
Ben and Johnny have a very strong impression in this film. I think we can kind of tell that from the trailer, so that's good. And this is something that I'm actually excited as a positive. Shia LaBeouf's action scenes are absolutely insane, which I think is important because with a lot of people being upset that we're not getting Norrin Radd's version of the Silver Surfer right now, Shia LaBeouf has to kill this film. She has to be so good in this film.
That's fair.
So the fact that her action sequences are insane, I view that as a positive. There's a lot of action with everyone using their powers in this film. Each character seems to have their own clear arc, which I love. And then there's a few more. The visuals are immersive and full of detail. I read the other day that, I think this is for IMAX showings only, but every time that Galactus comes on the screen, the aspect ratio changes for how big he is. So that's going to be crazy. Several villains are showing up in this film, with others being referenced, which I'm excited about. Like, the Mole Man is coming. Like, it's going to be crazy. And then the last note was the CGI in this film is top-notch.
Good. This is a little thing. Do you kind of feel like... Okay. This is like a little bit about Superman. I didn't think it was bad by any means, but you, for some reason, feel like they can never match the same level of CGI that Marvel gives us. Have you had that thought?
I have not really thought about that, to be honest, but I think it's as long as the DCU starts bringing out bangers like that, they'll have the money and the means to do whatever they want with CGI.
That's fair.
Because, to be honest, on some projects, Marvel has lacked.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything, but there's some. They've They need to get back into doing better CGI, I think.
Yeah, I do want to say something really quick. I'm gonna spitball the whole next big portion of the next segment because I completely forgot to write some of it down. So
that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Superman spoiler-free review section of the pod. This is going to be the main section, probably the next 30 minutes or so, and then after we get done with this, we're going to talk about a couple other things, and then we're going to wrap up and just chill for the last probably 15, 20 minutes. So, Welcome to the Superman section.
Again, it is spoiler-free because I know a good handful of you guys have not seen it, so it is spoiler-free. So we're going to do our best to not spoil anything. I'm going to try to not tell you guys that. Never mind. All right, if you want to start, or
I'm just kidding.
The funny thing is that's what I was gonna say. So, all right, I'll go first with my score, if that's okay with you. I gave it a 9. I've thought about it a lot. I gave it a 9. I think I wanted to give it like a good professional score, like a 9.1 or something like that, but I think a 9 is a good place. So kind of my thoughts, like I thought it was very, very good, but of course, I mean, it wasn't perfect. Cam's going to disagree with that because Cam said it was perfect. But I will say, like, I don't think they could have given us a better start to the DCU than that. That was incredible. I love what they did there. I do have and I said this to Evan when we were in the theater still. When it was over, we were waiting for the post-credit scene. I said, that is a better start for DC, for the DCU, than Iron Man was for Marvel, for the MCU. So that's my hot take, unless some people disagree, which is okay. But, yep, all you.
As far as my ranking goes, we're actually very, very similar. A little bit different. But when I thought about my ranking for this film, I really had to debate whether I was about to give this a very critical score or not. And when I thought about it, there's not much to criticize. And it is a 9.2 out of 10 for me.
Yeah,
it's
Taya,
very, very
there's no
high.
spoilers, Taya. No spoilers. We got you.
Yeah, spoiler-free. But as far as this film went, I thought the casting was phenomenal. A lot of people worry about David Corenswet playing Superman, but he kills it. He embodies Superman, and this is going to be kind of a hot take as well for some people. Now, let me preface this. I love Henry Cavill, and I thought he was great as the role of Superman. But his movies, in my opinion, are not as strong. And I think that David Corenswet is a better Superman than Henry Cavill. And I'm convinced after this film. Nicholas Hoult is the best Lex Luthor that we've ever had.
Yeah.
He did phenomenal. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, phenomenal. Mr. Terrific, great. Like their casting for this film was, in my opinion, spot on. So casting was great. As far as the music went for this film, obviously we've heard the theme. The theme is beautiful, but the way that they brought the music up for this film in certain scenes, my goodness, the music itself will get you emotional. This film has emotional moments, like it's like feel good. There's some that just makes you angry, and it's like, so emotion was great. I love that it wasn't an origin story. I love that it's set a little bit into him being Superman.
3 years, I think, right?
Yeah, 3 years into him being Superman. Like, we didn't have to watch the beginning where he's being sent from Krypton to Earth. And I enjoy that. I'm happy James Gunn decided to do that. And my last positive for this film is I think that this film left me hopeful for the future. It kind of piggybacks on what you said about this being a better start for DC than Iron Man was for the MCU. I think that Cam, I will say Michael Rosenbaum is phenomenal. but I just thought Nicholas Hoult stole every scene he was in just with the emotion. I don't think he is really far beyond Michael Rosenbaum. I think he's very, very close. And I grew up watching Smallville. Smallville was my Superman because I watched it with my mom every single Tuesday. But yeah. So I am hopeful for the future of the DCU because of this film.
Yeah. So we have what we liked about the film. So this is something that I really, really thought of. And I was thinking it as I was in the theater watching the movie. Number one, I did not get bored. I did not get bored one single moment throughout that movie. And number two, I do not feel like there was not one single bad scene in that movie. Every single scene felt like it was just beautifully crafted. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
The only negative that I really do have with this film, and it's not a big negative, I will let you know, this is not a spoiler, but just so when you go see this movie, if you haven't seen it yet, there are 2 post-credit scenes. My only gripe with the film is the credit scenes just don't feel impactful. Because the MCU, now this could be a negative for the MCU, because if people don't stay for the post-credit scenes, which is a Marvel movie, you have to. But if you don't stay for the post-credit scenes in Marvel, you're going to miss them setting up their next movie, and most likely a comical moment. These, for this film, they both had to do with the movie, and I thought they were fine. It was fine for the movie. It says their setting up is not post-credit as it is opposed to actually being in the film, which could be a positive for DC. I think that it makes people stay in their seat till the very end, and it's like, okay, good. But it just, post-credit scenes aren't as impactful, at least with this film, as they have been in Marvel. So I don't know how I feel about that. That's the only thing that brought it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, I totally get that. I kind of feel like my thing is like, you're 100% right. I'm so hopeful for the future of the DCU. This doesn't really have to do with Superman, but like, bro, if there's anything that I want them to do, it's make the Batman canon. They need to make it part of the DCU, bro. And they need to let us have that version of Gotham and that version of all of those characters. I think it's phenomenal. But yeah, I am very hopeful.
I do think after seeing this film, if they were to merge the 2 of them, they could fit perfectly together as far as dynamic.
Yep.
What's kind of crazy to me too is I read earlier, because Clayface is actually a project that I forgot about that DC is making, and it comes out next year, I believe. But Clayface was originally going to be the villain in the Batman universe, but he got moved to the DCU. So part of me is thinking possibly maybe they are moving him over. My only thing is I don't know when, because he's going to have to be an older Batman in order to have Damian Wayne as a son. So unless they make this next movie for the Batman Part 2, unless they make this, and then afterwards they have like a time jump where he is joining the DCU after the fact. Like, these movies are still part of the DCU technically. They're just kind of pre-Brave and the Bold. And then, because Robert Pattinson is also stressed that he wants to have a Robin. But my thing is a Robin right now for a year 2 Batman, going to be probably year 3, year 4 by the time the Batman Part 2 comes out. Actually, no, probably will be like end of year 2, beginning year 3. It doesn't make sense for him to have Damian Wayne. So it's just, I don't know. I think that they could add him, but they're going to have to wait a little bit, because they've talked about the Batman in the DCU being Batman. He's been Batman for like 10 plus years. And it makes sense, because if he has a son and he's fighting with his son, it has to happen that way.
My bad, I was muted. But yeah. I completely agree. See, that's the thing. I don't know who I would want to play Batman. But
the biggest The biggest name I've heard so far is Brandon Sklenar. He's from the Yellowstone series. He's been typecasted a lot for Batman, and his name's been brought up a ton. Jensen Ackles is another name that's been brought up. I think would be awesome. If we're talking just the size of Batman, who would be awesome? Doesn't necessarily look like Batman, but the body of Batman would be Alan Ritchson from Reacher. He wants to play Batman. There's a lot of people who want to play Batman, but if we are having an older Batman, we need somebody older. We need somebody who can pull off being a dad, but also being like a top-notch version of Batman. Because if he has to be experienced. He's got to be able to play a believable Batman that is experienced with 10-plus years in Gotham. And he's able to handle the dynamic of, yes, I'm fighting crime with my son, but he's also my partner. And I want to see something like that.
Yeah, so after, so I'm fully through one season of Gotham. Man, I think you're 100% right. We're a tad bit off topic, chat, but you're 100% correct. That is the best version of Alfred. Bro.
Oh, hands down.
Dude, he's
I love Michael Caine. Michael Caine in the Dark Knight series is probably my favorite older Batman, but a younger Batman, like a younger Alfred, who is just not quite Butler. Like, he's still Butler, but he's more Guardian.
Right.
Sean Pertwee is phenomenal as Alfred.
Yep. So let's see. Top 3 characters of the film. I'm going to be very basic.
Top 3 characters.
I'm going to be basic here, and Evan knows my answer. I think number 3, I would have to go Lois Lane. That's my 3. My 2, I have Superman. And then my 1 is Lex Luthor. I mean, I can't even honestly put into words how good that performance was. But I mean, I loved it. I don't think it was on the same level of Willem Dafoe's performance in No Way Home, but I think it was very good. I don't think it's that level. He was insane in that.
My top 3 is a little bit different than yours.
Fair.
I did give 2 honorable mentions because I really could not decide.
So Evan has a top 5.
Crypto the Superdog in this movie is phenomenal. A lot of people were worried if Crypto was going to be good or not in this film. I loved every scene that Crypto was in. So Crypto is an honorable mention. And this is going to be where our top 3 differs, because I think as an honorable mention could very easily, my gosh, I can't speak. Anyways, she could be in the top 3, but she's not for me. Lois Lane. I think Lois Lane is just outside because I think there's a character who has a little bit more of an impactful and...
Wait though. Spoiler free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spoiler free.
Then I don't know who you're going to say then if it's spoiler free. Because
number
the
3.
other one I could have thought of, I don't remember ever having any idea that they were in the movie. And so that's why I didn't... I'll give you a hint. Cam put it in the chat.
Oh, they're in the trailer.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Number 3 for me is Mr. Terrific.
My bad. All right,
Mr. Terrific.
My bad. Then that would change my answer because I do think he was better than Lois. But I was keeping it spoiler
Mr.
free.
Terrific.
I didn't know that was in the trailer. That's on me. My bad.
Yeah, you're cool. So yeah, my number 3 would hands down be Mr. Terrific. He literally is terrific in the film. Every scene that he's in, he steals. Phenomenal. Like, he stole the show, to be honest, anytime that you saw him. So, yeah, he's my number 3. My number 2 is Superman. Superman's not number 1 in his own film, but obviously we know who number 1 is. David Cornsworth did great, like I mentioned earlier. Like, he is Superman, and he showed that in this performance. And he really embodies his character well. But number 1 is hands down Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult, like Trey said, every scene he was in, it's so hard to just capture the right words to describe how good he did. Yeah. But you can tell exactly what that man was feeling in every single scene. And there's a specific scene in this movie, I'm not going to talk about it, but there's a specific scene in this movie that just solidifies that this man is evil.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. So the Lex Luthor is probably the best character in the film, in my opinion.
Yep. So yeah, that was our top 3 characters of the film. Next we have, what do we want next for Superman? I would love a second Superman movie. I think that's that's really where most of us are at this point.
Which it is confirmed.
Oh, it is?
David Cornsweet confirmed that he's on contract for a sequel.
Then my next thing I would think of that I would want for Superman is Justice League. I think it's coming eventually, but I want a new Justice League movie. I would love for him to be in some other movies that aren't his, like other than Justice League. Like if he shows up in a Batman movie or shows up in, what's the next one? Supergirl? Shows up in that. I mean, I think that'd be fine. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I would want next for Superman. What about you?
I agree. I think that because James Gunn has expressed that he will be showing up before his next sequel film, which, to be honest, I don't know if we'll get a sequel film or not before Justice League, because they've talked about how Justice League is their first milestone of where they want this to lead to. And basically they're going to have 2 movies a year. They're going to have, I believe, 3 shows and 1 animated show a year. So if Superman is going to show up in anything, I feel like the obvious answer would be the Supergirl movie coming out because it's his cousin. But if you're going to go a little bit less obvious, he could show up in the Lanterns show, which is coming out on Max, I believe, next year. And so kind of cosmic, because I honestly don't see him getting a sequel before Justice League. But if they do, it will be very similar to the Iron Man route, because Iron Man had 2 movies before Avengers.
Fair.
So because I had to introduce Black Widow.
So Popcorn and Pixel said the pillars are going to be Supergirl, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Do you think that's just like their pillars for the beginning of this whole thing, or do you think like that's going to be their Justice League? I don't.
It won't be the complete Justice League. There'll be more members. I do think it's the pillars for the beginning. It's kind of be like how Marvel changes theirs, because Marvel's new pillars, once the multiverse saga ends, is going to be cosmic, supernatural, and X-Men, mutants. Yeah. Those are the 3 pillars that are happening next. Avengers are going to take a back burner. There'll still be street level heroes, but it's going to change as it goes. But my only thing about it, I don't know how I feel about having 2 Kryptonians on the Justice League. I know it's probably happened, but I don't know how I feel about Supergirl and Superman being on the same team. Which actually brings us into our next segment. We're actually going to be talking about our dream Justice League lineup for the DCU, of what we think it's going to be.
Okay, so it's pretty much for me just the basics. Okay, Superman. I think Supergirl will be fine. I would be perfectly okay with Supergirl being in it, but I totally understand why you're a little skeptical. It makes perfect sense. I mean, what do we got? Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I'm leaving 2 thoughts. So, who am I leaving out? Who did Momoa play? I'm blanking.
Oh, Aquaman?
Aquaman. Okay, Aquaman. And then for these last 2, I'm going to be a little specific on them. Obviously, let's just break it down for what it is. I want Pattinson's Batman in their Justice League. That's really, really what I want. I don't think I'm going to get my wish. I really don't at this point. But I want Pattinson's Batman. As long as the other one's great, that's fine. It is what it is. But for Cyborg, I think because I love Teen Titans so much, I want him to be a little more accurate to that Cyborg. Not necessarily in the goofy, funny way, but like I'm not a big fan of how he looked in the Justice League, in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I kind of want more of a blue and gray look for him. You know what I mean, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But that's my thoughts on that. Oops.
As far as my team goes, now keep in mind we are getting a Teen Titans project, so Cyborg may be a part of that.
Ooh, I did not know we were getting a Teen Titans project. Oh, so we're getting
he may be younger. We are going to get Robin.
Yes.
My thing is, I don't know if it's going to be Robin or if it's going to be Nightwing, because if it's Dick Grayson's Robin and Damian Wayne is Robin in this universe, it's most likely going to be either Dick Grayson or Tim Drake. I hope it's Dick Grayson. Seeing Nightwing would be cool. So I'll talk about Teen Titans in a second, because that kind of brought me to that. But as far as Justice League goes, obviously Supes. We have the Bat, Wonder Woman. Personally, I don't want Supergirl to be part of the Justice League. I'd like to see her in like a young Justice League team, because I believe, from what I could tell, she looks like a teenager. She doesn't look like she's old enough to be with the other people. She could handle her own. That's not what I'm saying. But I'd like to see her on a younger team. So you got the big three: Supes, Batman, Wonder Woman. We are getting the Lanterns as a show. So Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, because Hal Jordan I think is going to be more of a mentor role. So we're going to get Green Lantern. I would like to see the Flash, which I actually saw earlier. It is rumored. This is a rumor. It's not very big speculation.
I forgot the Flash. That's a good thought. My bad.
But it is a possible rumor that the Flash may be played by Andrew Garfield.
Wow.
It's
I thought you were going to say the guy that played the Flash in the show. Because I've seen
Grant
people
Gustin,
say that
I think,
he's
should be
back.
the Flash.
So
he should be the Flash. I don't know if Garfield will be, because Garfield is getting older. So I don't know if he's what they want, unless he's an older version of the Flash, and then there becomes like a Bart.
I mean,
or something
he's older,
like that.
but let's be honest, the homie still looks like he's 29, bro.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
So that's my 5. But there's also one more member who I think would be awesome, and I think we need this. I would really like to see Martian Manhunter be a part of this team.
Interesting.
We haven't, like, I just think it'd be cool to have him as a main member of the Justice League to start. I don't really think they will go that way, but that's who I would like. That's my 6. And then, like I mentioned, Teen Titans, you will probably have a version of Robin. My hope is Nightwing, have Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy. If you do have a young Justice team, maybe you do have a younger version of the Flash on that, with Supergirl, with maybe a Tim Drake Robin, like Red Robin. Yum. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's kind of my take on who I think my dream Justice League team would be. Now
that I'm thinking about it, I do have a thought. You've heard me talk about it before, but obviously chat hasn't. I really, really feel like... So, if you guys don't know, I love Robin. Like, Robin's one of my favorite characters, okay? I really, really feel like Tom Holland would play an incredible Robin. But we're never going to get it. Because he's locked on for 3 more Spider-Mans. We're never going to get it. But that's one of the...
It's rumored that...
Go ahead.
It's rumored that by the time it's all said and done, that Tom Holland might have 9 Spider-Man films.
So he could get a whole other trilogy?
After this one. And we haven't even started this one.
Bro.
I don't know how possible that is, because he's getting older. He looks 12. But, yeah. Cam, I did forget that. I forgot that Kara is older than Superman.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, did you read that? All I see is Drea say she loves Grant. And Cam said, he said, it's too late. And she said, Timu shush. That's all she puts is Timu shush.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, guys, that's
right. I completely forgot, Cam. That's my fault.
That was our Superman review. It was we tried to. This is our first time doing a review, and having to keep it spoiler free was a little more difficult, I think, than I originally thought it was. But I think we did a good job. We didn't spoil anything. So we talked about how much we liked the movie, and, you know, of course, I think it was incredible. I really, really do.
Excellent start.
Dude, incredible start. I mean, there's nothing... That's the thing, is, like, I didn't give the movie a perfect score. You know, I just gave it a 9. But I don't really know that there's much I'd change. And it's kind of just, you know? Besides the post-credits stuff.
Honestly, too. Honestly, Cam, it's probably not a bad thing that you guys are doing spoilers on yours, because yours will come out Friday. So it gives everybody at least a week to see it. We didn't figure it'd be long enough for us to do it after 3 days.
Yeah. So what we're doing is so on Monday, our main topics are going to be the Fantastic Four, because it's before it comes out, right? The last week, last full week, I think, right? We don't get to see it until the next Tuesday. So we're not seeing it for, 2 weeks from tomorrow? Anyway, and then the other big thing we're going to talk about is we are going to give a spoiler review for Superman. That's going to give everybody the whole rest of this week to watch the movie and then come up with your thoughts, and then we're going to talk about it with full spoilers in next week's show. So,
absolutely. And if you have not seen it by the time the next show comes out, this pod will be up on Trey's channel, obviously, and then I'm going to be reposting it on my channel after the fact. So you can go back and rewatch if you'd like.
Yep. I'm going to leave it up. He's going to post it. And then we're also going to take a whole bunch of clips from the pod. So you'll see those everywhere too. So
for sure.
Taya said she's not going to see it until Sunday. Hey, that's great. You'll have seen it.
That's cool.
By next Monday. So, but yeah, I will say, if you guys haven't seen it, I really think you're going to love it. I really think you're going to love that movie.
I'll put it this way. There's not many movies that I'd be willing to pay to see in theaters more than once. I would pay to see this movie again.
That's fair.
Maybe not in IMAX for the second time, but I'd pay to see it again.
That's the thing. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, and I completely forgot. So thank you for bringing that up. This was my first time seeing a movie in IMAX that I can remember. I may have seen something in IMAX, maybe one of the sequel movies, but I don't remember. So, actually, for some reason, I think I did see Episode 8 in IMAX. I could be completely wrong. Anyway, Cam was 100% right. That was a phenomenal experience. I mean, I loved it. I think it was a great first IMAX experience. If you guys haven't seen anything in IMAX, that's a great one to see in IMAX. It was
mine as well.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. But, so for the next segment, the last actual thing that we have planned, besides hanging with chat, this one is a little game that we're going to play with Evan, okay? And this is, which is better, all right? Now we have, I think I did 7 movies. So I'm going to say Superman and give him a comic book style movie, okay? And he has to tell me he has to tell us what movie he thinks is better, and then of course why.
I will preface this by saying I have no knowledge of what he's about to tell me, so this is going to be like raw reaction.
That is true. He does not know the movies I picked. This is going to be raw reaction, and this is going to be a cool video, I think, for you to clip and throw up as a full video on your channel.
For sure.
So welcome to Which is Better? First ever time, all right? So for the first one, we have Superman. So which is better? I mean, Superman or Man of Steel?
This one does not take a ton of thought from me, just because, like I mentioned earlier, I think that David Cornsweet is better as Superman. I think Superman is better than Man of Steel. And my big reasonings behind it is Man of Steel feels like you take a comic book character, which they've done this with Batman a lot, but Batman works in a grounded universe. Superman doesn't work as well in a grounded universe. And Man of Steel is really dark. It's grounded. I loved how Superman was fantastical. It was comic booky. It felt like you were reading a comic when you were reading it, and there was nothing about this movie that made it feel like, oh, this is real life, other than recognizing parts of the movie that were in Ohio, which I have actually seen with my own two eyes, like Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus. So Superman is better than Man of Steel, in my opinion.
Fair enough. And also the suit. Like, dude, the suit was spot on for me. I loved it so much. I'm glad they went with what they did. Man of Steel was a lot more, like you said, it was more dark. It was just, and I feel like in the 2010s, we went through a period where they turned all of the comic book movies dark. Everything was dark. So I like that we're finally getting to this. And with Superman, looks very comic book. It gives you that feel. Fantastic Four, same way. I think they look incredible. So that was my thoughts on that.
Absolutely. And I am not a hater of the trunks. I thought the trunks were awesome for Superman. Yeah. I'm happy they did the trunks. Yeah,
not a hater at all. For the next one, I think this one's going to give him these are all relatively difficult, I think, for Evan. I'm really going to make him think here. So for the second one, we have, which is better, Superman or the Avengers?
Ooh. That is actually a tough response.
I know I'd stump him with one, chat. But I would love to see Cam. If you want to comment with these, because I think you're the only one in here that's seen it. Let me know what
Superman
you think of these.
The Avengers. I'm going to say that, first of all, both of these movies are very good. I think they're very close as far as where I find them for enjoyment. I'm going to give the edge, though, to the Avengers.
Ooh, okay.
My reason being, this was the first time we ever saw a collective team the way that they did it on the big screen. They brought together 6 characters, all vastly different, straight out of the comics, and they didn't even know if it was going to work, but it did, and it turned into what it is now. If we were talking, if this was like a solo film for Marvel from Phase 1, it'd be hard to give an edge to a lot of those over Superman, because Superman it hit the ground running, and it didn't stop. It was great, but I'm giving the edge to the Avengers slightly, because I think that just what it accomplished as a film had more of an impact for me than what Superman did.
Fair enough. That's a good response. You're giving these responses a little thought. It almost seems like we pulled a. Never mind. But we did. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about these. I promise.
I do not know any of this.
He really doesn't.
I'm legit thinking about this.
Okay, so the third one I think is going to be even more difficult, in my opinion, than that one for you.
It's going to be a Spider-Man film.
Which is better, Evan? Superman or Thor: Love and Thunder?
Superman. I'm not even giving an explanation. Thor: Love and Thunder is trash.
Yo, Thor: Love and Thunder is trash?
Christian Bale. Wasted Christian Bale. One of the greatest actors you could have brought into Marvel. Thor: Love and Thunder is not better than any movie you could tell me.
I put that one
I'm saying this right here and right now. Thor: Love and Thunder is a worse movie than Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I know you would agree, but that's a hot take for me, because I can't stand The Last Jedi. I would rather watch The Last Jedi than watch Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's a fair take. That I put that one in there because I knew your reaction would give you a phenomenal clip, so you're welcome. Now we're into all seriousness. Like these last 4, these are going to be a little more tough for you. Okay. So we have, which is better, Superman or TASM 1?
Oh man, now you're messing with nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
you're messing with nostalgia because I absolutely love TASM 1. I would watch TASM 1 any day of the week if I had the option to. I do think Superman is a better movie. There are holes with TASM. Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man, and I actually really enjoyed The Lizard. I don't think it's as much of a landslide as Cam would say it is, in his opinion, but in my opinion, because I love both of the films. But Superman is better. It's overall, there's never a part of Superman that I was bored. There gets a couple scenes like that in TASM that I am a little bit bored, not because it's a bad movie, it's just because it's kind of slow. And it was the second time seeing Peter Parker's origin when I didn't really think we had to. Superman was great. I'm not a hater of origin stories, but when you've seen it a ton, it's refreshing to see a movie that's not an origin for the first one. So Superman is better.
Fair enough. All right. I would agree. I don't think a single one of these I've disagreed with you. So next up we have, which is better, Superman or The Dark Knight?
Ooh.
Superman or The Dark Knight? Ooh.
I think The Dark Knight is a better film.
Cam said Superman.
I know. Cam thinks that Superman is probably the best thing that's come out of DC. Period. Like any DC. Not the DCU, not the DCEU, everything. The Dark Knight is a better film. And I will give you a big reason. A big reason is even though that film is carried by the villain, in my opinion, I thought Lex Luthor was the best part, like the best character in this film. But I don't think that Lex Luthor was a better villain than what Heath Ledger was as like the Joker. I think the Joker was a better villain, and that was probably one of the best performances ever in a DC movie, any DC movie, and that is a childhood nostalgic film for me. It's not the best Batman film we've got. It's number 2, but it is very, very close. I love Christian Bale. Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson are honestly on the same tier as me, even though I think that each of them have different aspects about them that is better as Batman. But I'd like to see Superman mature a little bit more as a character before I say anything about him being better than Christian Bale's Batman. Because I thought The Dark Knight was great. If you would have asked me if Superman was better than Batman Begins, I would have said Superman is better than Batman Begins. But it is not better than The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And I also feel like it's better than most Batman movies for me, but too. That's probably really my take on it. So next up we have, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid because we knew it was coming. Superman or the Batman?
I think the Batman is better than Superman.
Yeah.
Personally, there's not a ton of DC films that I would rank above Superman, but those are the two. Those two are phenomenal. And if I think that the Batman is better than The Dark Knight, then I definitely think that the Batman is better than Superman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I don't really feel like that one's close.
I think that the Batman has more of a compelling story. There's a lot of... The thing that the Batman does nice is, as much as it is similar in the aspect of it's not an origin, we're a little bit into his career. I think that solely focusing on him and not having to focus on a ton of other characters was a little bit better. Superman had a lot of characters, which were not bad because you have to have all of those characters in Superman. There was less characters that you had to develop in the Batman. You focused a lot more on Bruce. You focused a lot on Selina and the Riddler. Now, you did have Falcone, and you had like the crime family, and you found a lot about that. But Superman, like you're dealing with Superman. You have Lois. You have Jimmy Olsen. You have Guy Gardner. You have Mr. Terrific. You have Crypto, Lex Luthor, the what's her name? It's not the electrician, the engineer. So there's a lot of people in Superman that you're having to deal with, which I didn't think was bad. I love the film. and I was able to keep up with it. I just liked that Batman was a little bit more simple, and it built his world a little bit better solely around him.
True, but I also think I almost feel like, although I don't know that it. I was gonna say our love, me and you for Batman carries, but it also it doesn't, dude. That movie's just so good. That movie is so good.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I am a Batman. Like, I will honestly say I do have the Batman bias, but this Superman film was phenomenal.
Yeah. All right, so with the last one, for the first edition of Which is Better, we have Superman or Infinity War.
Oh, that's not a question. Infinity War is better.
Ooh, okay.
Infinity War, dude, obviously we talk about Endgame being a culmination of the first 10 years of Marvel. Infinity War is the first half of that. It's the first half of a 10-year culmination.
Yeah.
Superman is the beginning. It's a great beginning, but it doesn't compare to what is almost not even arguable the best comic book movie of all time. Because there's so much going on. They handle it so well, and the build up to it was insane. So Infinity War, in my opinion, I don't think it's a contest of what's better between Infinity War and Superman.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. What? I would hire a new
Comparison
writer.
is
That
awful.
comparison is awful.
No. Or are you talking about what Trey listed down? Or are you talking about my take? Because I honestly, bro, I don't think it's debatable. Infinity War is the best probably superhero movie ever.
I don't know how my thing would be bad. All I did was pick different movies.
Infinity War and Superman is an awful comparison. Hire a new writer.
That's not... That doesn't even... No, you're just mad that it's better than Superman, and you don't want to admit it. That's 100%.
Even on the first pod. Even on the first pod, we still get the Trey versus Cam rivalry.
The Trey hate from Team Trey is crazy. I'm just kidding.
But that wraps up that section, though. So
yeah,
I had a blast doing that. That was fun. I enjoyed giving my raw, on-the-spot take.
Yeah, that was fun. That is everything that we had planned for the stream. But we kind of have. I mean, we got 10 minutes to just kind of run it up.
Yeah, we're just gonna chill. Before I make this kind of announcement, I want to make sure that everybody's still in here because we are going to be showing the 2 Funko Pops that are going to be in the giveaway this Friday.
That's
so
right,
who's all still in the chat? Is everybody still paying attention? I know Cam's here.
There is 7 in here, so...
2 of them are us. So it'll be 5. So probably Cam, Drea, Sam, Taya, maybe HD. But we will be showing the 2 Funko Pops that will be in the giveaway this Friday. Sam is present. I know Cam's present.
Speaking of presents, it's only 164 days till Christmas, chat.
Which is kind of crazy. It's gonna
it
be
is crazy, bro. It is. I was we were at the shop. We were at the shop and helping Mom with some stuff. We were listening to Christmas music. I'm not even kidding. No shame. No shame. Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift is goated.
Oh my goodness.
I went in writing that you said I'm the GOAT. I got you, Dre. You are the GOAT. There you go. You can clip it.
So, yeah, clip it. Clip it and make it your pinned video on TikTok.
Ooh, I like that. Just tag me. It's all I need.
So we have been pushing this for a little less than 2 months about this giveaway. Again, I appreciate everybody helping me get to 1,000 subs on YouTube. That's the first time I've ever done it, and I appreciate it very much. These 2 pops, like I mentioned before, you've seen the pops without knowing which ones are going to be in the giveaway. They're in my collection personally. These were given to me as a gift, and I already had them. So, basically, we are going to be showing off the 2 Funko Pops in about 10 seconds. So if you guys are ready, let me know.
Homie definitely.
They're right next to my camera. Yep, I did.
By the way, Cam, we love you and we support your channel, bro. 100%.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Here we go. Moon Knight and Mr. Knight are going to be in the giveaway. I'm kind of sad to see them getting split up, but they are going to be split up. So somebody's going to be getting Mark Spector and somebody's going to be getting Stephen Grant. I honestly don't feel like that's what anybody was expecting. They probably thought it was like, oh, maybe a Spider-Man pop. I have a lot of Spider-Man. I will say Cam is a diehard Moon Knight fan. So if one of these goes to Cam, I'll be happy for him because I know that he really appreciates the character. Yeah, I assume that probably it'd be Spider-Man, what people thought, or maybe like Iron Man or something like that. But yep.
Yeah, I think I don't think anybody was expecting Moon Knight, but I also feel like everybody loves it. So I think you should either clip that, or if you wanted to make a separate video for TikTok,
I may.
You should definitely post it on TikTok, though. Yeah.
Bro's trying to kick the stool out from under my feet. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
But yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to do the giveaway. Whoever's in here are the only people who know. There's been a few more people who have entered for the giveaway. I think probably there's 10 of you actively in this giveaway. So right now, everybody's got a 10% chance to win one. Actually, that's not even true because there's 2 pops. So everybody's got a little bit more than a 10% chance. So
also, chat. I won a giveaway from Star Wars Siths a while ago, and the way he did it, Evan, I think you should too. If you win the first one, you can't win the second one.
That's fair. That will be how I'm doing that, just because I want everybody to. If you win, that's awesome, but I want somebody else to have the chance as well.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to do so. And it's gonna be sick. I'm probably gonna post a video just to make sure that everybody remembers. Be Wednesday, probably like a midweek update, and then Friday night. Like I mentioned earlier, the criteria is, and most of you who are in here have already done it. Like the video, make sure you're following me on TikTok, and make sure that you comment down below your favorite superhero, which all of you have, and you have to be present within the stream on Friday. The stream's going to be starting at 8. TikTok, we typically go a little bit longer than 10 o'clock, so it might be longer. But sometime within that stream will be the giveaway announcement.
Yeah. I have a thought, man. Dude, that was fun. Oh,
I had a blast. Dude, I'm happy we did this.
This is the beginning of so many streams. So these are, again, guys, the Nerd Bros is going to be on Mondays on here for the time being until Evan gets a better laptop.
Absolutely.
So they're going to be on here on this channel. So sub if you haven't. I think most of you have. Of course, sub to Ev. This has been so much fun. It's the most structured stream that we've done. Like, it really actually felt like a structured podcast, more than just a stream where we were just completely making stuff up as we go.
What was your guys' opinion of the structure? Obviously, TikTok,
I appreciate that, Trey.
We're going to have a little bit more loose, free-flowing streams. It's not going to be like a podcast style. That's still going to be the way we kind of do them and just build the community. But how do you feel about this structure? Did you guys enjoy this? Did you guys kind of just enjoy us listening about specific topics and then giving input as you went?
I will say, Cam, kind of the way that we have talked so many times about doing our stream or doing our podcast this way is because a lot of our ideas have come from Nerd Theory, which is Star Wars Theory and the Den of Nerds. Star Wars Theory is a Star Wars channel. The Den of Nerds is a Marvel and DC channel who does some Star Wars. Like, it really just feels like we're completely copying that, which I think is, and they don't have separate channels. They just use their own channels, and they just run it like that. So I think that's how we're going to do it for the time being. We may eventually have an account on TikTok or something like that for clip reasons to grow it. But, I mean, other than that, I think, yeah, this was really fun, bro.
I also think that for the time being, just because our personal channels are built up a little bit more, it'd be easier to transfer over a following later on when we do have a bigger following to a collective channel.
That too. Yeah. Yeah. Because we're kind of at a point where our focus is, it really needs to be on growing our own channels. So if we try to throw a third one in there, it's going to make it a lot harder. So I feel like this is the best structure for at least the time being. So
this honestly kind of felt more like a TV show.
Yeah. I got
and
crazy
could everybody
light. I got more.
Could everybody hear us?
Than
Okay.
I ever have on. Yeah.
Yeah, like I got an iPad, a monitor, a laptop. There's lights all around me. I got the headset. Can everybody hear us fine on our mics? Was it okay?
I would say it's okay. Nobody said anything during the stream, so that's good. Mic quality solid. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, we love to hear that, because the mic quality stuff was kind of something that we were a tad bit worried about. But of course, a few things that we need. Evan needs a laptop. I need a second monitor.
Yep.
But yeah, this was super fun, bro. I'm definitely about to dip. So, chat, I appreciate y'all being here. Evan, appreciate y'all being here. It was super fun. Evan, you got anything?
You got any content that's coming out pretty soon you want to talk about real quick before we leave? Anything to look forward to on the channel?
I'm really just working on shorts, to be honest, at the moment. So that's really all. It's really all it is, shorts. I haven't really done too much digging into. Oh, I am going to be posting a lot of clips and a couple of videos, like full long form videos, out of this stream. So there is going to be
for sure.
But what about you?
As far as content, obviously, like Trey said, we'll be taking clips from this to put it on long form content and shorts. But I do have some origin videos coming out soon. I'd like to do a couple origin videos for characters in Superman. I think that it'd be cool to have like a Mr. Terrific, a Guy Gardner origin story, so you guys know a little bit more about him. There will be a Fantastic Four, a Shala Ball, and a Galactus origin video coming out hopefully within the next 2 weeks. This Fantastic Four is coming out. And there is a Funko Tour video coming out, so if anybody ever wants to have a Funko Tour, they can see the video rather than me doing it in the whole entire live stream. So that'll be coming out pretty soon. So that's as far as what I have on the agenda.
Fair enough. Do you want to address that really quick? Sam said she might not be there Friday.
Oh, she is. Do I need to be present for the giveaway? Since you are a close and active follower, I'll say you don't have to be present if you win.
I almost feel like
because you guys are
in this chat.
Yeah, if anybody in here somehow misses the stream Friday for any reason, and you guys win, then you guys are fine, because you guys have been literally growing and talking with us for 2 months. So,
OGs,
yeah. I don't have a problem with that. If a newcomer was not in the stream and they just showed up and put their name in a giveaway and I have no idea who they are, that is not going to happen. That's not going to fly. That's why I kind of have like, oh, be in the stream.
Oh, I think HD missed it. If you want to show him the pops real quick.
Oh yeah, HD, we're giving away these 2 Marvel Funko Pops. Yeah, everybody has a chance to win 1, not 2. You can win 1, but it's Moon Knight and Mr. Knight.
Yep. All right, bro. That was sick, bro. First ever Nerd Bros pod chat. You guys were here. You guys are the OGs now. You guys are. We
appreciate
OGs.
You being here.
Yeah,
you're donating yours to popcorn and hot dog water. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, guys, we really appreciate you guys being here. Super, super fun. It really felt like a structured podcast. So, yeah, man.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later.
Before we go, everybody, stream on Wednesday, TikTok, 8 p.m. Are you going to be on stream Wednesday, or are you going to be streaming?
I may be there.
Here?
I don't know what I'm going to do with Battlefront at the moment. So
okay, so definitely be on TikTok on Wednesday though at 8 p.m. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Yep. See you, chat. Peace on.